crypto community. Peace to the new subscribers and new listeners. See, I made this crypto channel for people who got eyes to see and ears to listen. This channel is deeper than cryptos and blockchain. I'm here to give you the crypto facts and half truths. It's up to you to find out what is true to you. See, the crypto investments I talk about, it can make you a shero or it can make you a hero, or best believe it can make you a zero. See, I'm not a financial advisor nor investment advisor. I'm just a drill sergeant here in this crypto wealth war. And I got to bring that in.
Peace, family, peace, family, peace, family, peace. This your brother Red Dad, Blue Dad, aka Financial Freedom Fighter, aka Time Clock Smasher. And guess what, family? I'm back at it again. And I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to change your mind when it comes to cryptocurrencies, NFTs, blockchain, so on and so forth. So let's get it, family. Today is a great one, family. I'm going to give you a documentary of information, family. I'm going to give you a school of information based on the Japan culture. How can an aging culture, whereas 65 years and older, one of the oldest countries, can lead the world in blockchain technology, family? A aging Japan culture will lead the world with blockchain technology with Jasmycoin. Japan's Bitcoin is the face of the business society 5.0, aka Fifth Industrial Revolution, family. I'm going to talk to you about their systems that they set in place to do this. The Keiretsu system, family. The catering system, family, that they use to set themselves to win. I'm going to give you the problem that they had. I'm going to give you the reaction, and I'm going to give you the solution. So please enjoy this video. I have to give a special thanks to Uber Houston out of Houston and to Jasmy Mayu from the Jasmy Underground Research Department. So peace and love to them brothers. This part of this research is based on all of our research as a collective. So peace and love to my brothers. Peace. Let's get it. We're going to start off, family. What is in Japan culture? We're going to start off what is the Keiretsu system, family. Very important to understand. Okay, it's a set of companies that interlock business relationships and shareholders. The legal sense is the type of informal business group that are loosely organized alliance within the social world of Japan's business communities, family. Okay, it's referring to business network made of different companies, including manufacturers, supply chains, partners, distributors, and officially financiers. Okay, so that means bankers. So we could talking about how this system that they have, okay, where they come together as a collective, where no one can monopolize each other. They buy each other's stocks, family. Okay, they buy each other's stocks so that one can't grow bigger. Now that's gonna have advantages and it's gonna have disadvantages, and we're gonna get into that science, okay, of the Keiretsu system, family. So basically, family, in a nutshell, that's telling you that if you're one person, you're not strong, okay? But if you're together, you're more stronger, family. You're harder to break. And that's part of that the Keiretsu system that Japan culture uses. So let's get in more info.
It depends. There are different kinds of Keiretsu. First of all, there are horizontal Keiretsu, which I just mentioned. Horizontal Keiretsu, there used to be 6 big ones. They all had a bank at the center, and then there would be trading companies and mining companies and metal companies and various companies in the groups around the bank. And those, they look like a giant solar system. And then there are vertical Keiretsu, where individual members of those horizontal Keiretsu that were involved in manufacturing. So think of the auto companies,
steel,
the camera companies,
the
electronics companies,
glass.
Underneath each one of those major companies in the horizontal Keiretsu, there would be a manufacturing, a vertical Keiretsu that could go down anywhere from 5,000 to 30,000 companies. So each of those vertical Keiretsu was part of a big horizontal Keiretsu. We're talking about a huge chunk of the Japanese.
So part of the Keiretsu system is horizontal and vertical, okay? Now, this article here, okay, is going to break down some of the problems that they're having, okay? Some of the advantages, disadvantages, and a little bit more, okay? We're going to explain how the Japan people has used this system, the Keiretsu system, family, okay? Now, let's get into this article here, okay? Finance management, okay? It tells you that many companies in the supply chain, okay, and other sectors have leaked to some or another way that it can be buying small stake into each other associated supplier or seller. Okay, they on both ends. Okay, every company has some type of close business relationship with another company and network. Japanese is literal meaning is headless. Okay, there's no head. Japanese literal, okay, this is powerful. In Japanese, the literal meaning of the word, okay, is headless combo, okay, or combined. So the Keiretsu is an informal alliance that loose conglomerate of variable companies that are associated with interconnected in each other in some way, okay? Now, the primary object behind this type of corporate structure is to encourage mutual gains and something that is not possible under traditional relationship between companies and its suppliers, okay? Now, the network of companies may include supply chain firms, financial organizations, and distributors, okay? They go on to say that informal groups and closely aligned thus work together to ensure mutual gains for all companies and network. A point that note that's through such companies that may own a stake into each other. They are usually operational independent. Now, here's the history of the Keiretsu system, okay? It's popular in Japan after World War II. Such companies have primarily divided because Japan, which is headless economy, and it lathers to half of the 20th century. Such as groups are still into existence, they are now less popular than they were earlier, okay? Because the Keiretsu system rose into popularity and collapse of the Zaibatsu. Forgive me if I'm butchering these words, family. This is not my tongue, but I'm doing my best. Shout out to the Japan culture and what their meaning are. Now, the model is in which is fully controlled, okay? Vertical monopoly groups. Basically, the structure of some of these groups of the Zaibatsu changed from the Keiretsu after disappearance of the family holdings in these companies. The member companies became independent entities. So that's the Z. I guess that probably has a meaning, which I should find out with the Zaibatsu. Now, this type of Keiretsu, the Keiretsu has two structures, which is horizontal, okay? Now, the horizontal is a network of firms that belong to different industries, okay? Now, generally, there's no one company that leads by group, but the group does include some big companies to influence of operational of groups. Now, for instance, banks and trading companies that influence groups' decision-making. However, such groups may also have insurance firms and big manufacturing firms, but the banks usually is the key financial in the group. But the member of the groups is free to get financial institution in case the network bank would act as a loan grantor. The trading company in the group helps coordinate the business inside the group as well as outside the group. So they in and out the bank, making sure they cover each other and make sure everything is on an even playing field. I'm gonna keep going, fam. I'm gonna keep going. Now, such type of groups of member has a new marketing to establish in the country of suppliers and distributors in other countries and more. For a good example, the country of Mitsubishi, Keiretsu, the Bank of Tokyo, Mitsubishi, and the main companies. Other influential companies such as the Mihai Mutual Life Insurance Company, Mitsubishi Shohei, Mitsubishi Motors, Mitsubishi Trust and Banking. The vertical Keiretsu in such a group is the big companies that lead group to the smaller companies, okay, and the groups is usually suppliers leading to companies such as a group are coming into automobile advertising electronic industry. So we know that's Sony, we already know that's Mitsubishi cars, we know that's Honda, we know that's, I think, Acura, I'm not sure. No, Acura's China. We know that's Honda, we know that's Subaru, we know all these country things that's made from Japan culture. Again, this country has no natural resources, but it will lead the country in GDP. So let's continue to get into this science. Now, these type of groups are pyramidal structures that includes a few tiers of suppliers. First tier supplier are those who materialistically directly leading the company to a second tier consistent of those who supply materials to direct the first tier companies. As such a group, it's possible that the companies are aware of companies and groups such type of the very big included several companies, several smaller companies. Now, Toyota, which is a big one, I didn't mention that in the cars, okay? Toyota is a good example of such groups. To automakers depends on the supplier manufacturer to the part of raw material. Toyota plays a role of the anchor company that's possible, that smaller firm that may not exist within Toyota, okay? Now, here's some of the advantages and disadvantages of the Keiretsu system. Okay, now here's the advantage. Okay, some of the members with best practice can help reduce the risk. Another advantage, most of the raw material comes from within the group that helps reduce the cost. However, It's increasing efficiency of being more coordination between member companies. Okay. Another one, staking to each other cross shareholding prevents a company from hostile takeover or attempts. You can't take them over. You can't be bigger than them because all of them, they stronger together. Now, sharing information with groups to help boost efficiency member and companies, invention and just-in-time invention systems, good examples of type of sharing. Now, here's some of the disadvantages of this. Such groups may lower competition between members and companies, okay, and some may be complacent and inefficient. Now, this is possible that firms within the groups take on more funds than they need. Also, they take up risky activities. This may take up, I'm saying, because of the funds, okay, it's usually easily available for members as part of disadvantage. Such groups are big, may be unable swiftly to respond to market changes. Another disadvantage, such types of groups may lead to monopoly. Okay. In their final words, the Keiretsu type of structure to be very useful in the present day. Also, it helps to deepen the relationship with the supplier. Such type of structure is less popular outside of Japan. Many other companies are adopting the same elements and corporate structures, which we should adopt this in our family, which I'll explain towards the end of this video. So now, in Scandinavia and Sweden, the bus makers relationship between the suppliers, the firms is ranging a workshop for the suppliers, helping better process and making them more competitive, similar to the IKEA, and which work hard to gain trust in suppliers. So family, I gave you the good, you know what I'm saying, advantages. I gave you the what they consider the disadvantages of the Keiretsu system. I gave it to you the horizontal, and I gave you the vertical on how this system operates. Now there's something called cadence that we're going to get into now. Now here's cadence.
経団連は IoT や AI など新しい技術をベースとする経済社会モデルソサイエティ 5.0 を提唱しました。
日本経済、デフレ脱却、経済再生に向けてですね、まさに正念場の時と、国費をしっかりとですね、大規模な投入を求めたいと思います。
官民連携で推進するソサイエティ 5.0 は課題解決と未来創造の視点を兼ね備えた新しい成長モデルです。国連が掲げる SDGs 持続可能な開発目標を達成した社会を目指しています。豊かで活力ある日本の再生に向けて
Right here, family, the Keiretsu is the Japan's Business Federation. Okay, this is their government. Okay, well, the organization of member, it comprises of 1,494 representatives of companies of Japan and 108 nationwide industry association with the regional economics organizations. Okay, all of them being 47 perfects. Okay, now their mission is to draw a vitality of corporation individuals to local communities to support corporate activities to contribute to sustainable development of Japan's economic to improve the quality of life for the Japan people. Okay, to me it sounds just like the economical reform. This is Japan's economical reform that the government would get involved, family. So have eyes to see and ears to listen. Okay, now this system, the Keiretsu established the consensus business of communities, okay, domestic and international. Okay, it's to promote that's the way to promote steady resolutions. Now, at the same time, it communicate with a range of shareholders and politicians and administrators and labor unions and citizens to encourage members to apprehend chapters of corporation behavior in effort to establish and to maintain a public confidence in business community. It strives to the resolution of international issues and to development of closer economic relations to various companies through policy dialogue with government and economic associations of countries as well as international organizations. So that is the Keiretsu systems, which is the same thing to me. It's just like Kyle Slob talking about the economical reform, family. Okay, but I want to know, how do this system of aging people 65 years or older, right, in this country, the average person is, okay, vast majority of the people are 60 at the average age of 65. So this is an older country being read by older folks, but how? Okay, how or if they're going to lead in technology, when technology is basically, I would say technology is a younger generation type things. So let's get into the bread and butter and meat and potatoes towards how do the Japan people see themselves in the near future and what they're going to do. So let's get into that information. Even Elon Musk says that he tweeted that the debate in Japan is falling of birth rate, family. Okay. Now this system here, the cadence system and the Keiretsu system, is a powerful system where we know that due to the issue of the birth rate is that they have that child law, family. So that's the reason why it's a lot of older people there, family. So Elon Musk goes on to say that the decreasing exists addressing the falling birth rate sparks to call the country to allow immigrants to improve the well-life balance. Okay. Now, it's obvious to change that the birth rate exceeds the death rate. Eventually, it will cease. Okay. A great loss for the world. The Tesla executive goes on to say he agreed to the deal of buying Twitter. But basically, he's saying that the birth rate is going down. It's not that many Japanese people that are reproducing. So that's why they are to a point where they are one of the oldest running countries of older people. Okay, there's no young people, family. But how they're gonna lead in technology, that's what I'm gonna get you guys to see. Okay, we gotta understand. They say they're gonna lead in society 5.0. Okay, so even Elon Musk knows it, but Elon Musk knows about where Japan culture is heading, what they're doing into the future. Okay, and family, a lot of this here it is here. The country population also is one of the world's oldest. It has the record of highest, almost 29% are the age 65 and above, according to the government data. Okay, why is that, family? Okay, why is that? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Let's get into the next article, which is here. Let's get it. This article here tells you where the Japan culture states a problem, states a reaction, and it states a solution, family. So let's get it, okay? Now, in this article, it goes on to say Japan's 5.0 test bed for humanoid robots, 5G, and autonomous driving cars, family. Okay? Now, in this article here, it states that the way the world Japan sees everything is from touchscreen vending machines to interact with robots. Japan is the place where you go to see a future, to see the future exists in the present. So when you think about these future movies and stuff, it's gonna exist in Japan. Right now, we are currently, definitely in America, experiencing a little bit of the fourth industrial revolution. Japan is already working on the Society 5.0, which is aka fifth industrial revolution. So have eyes to see it is to listen. Okay. Now this represents the core of the fifth science and technology basic plan to adopt the Japan's culture of January 2016. It identified in 2017 as the part of Japan growth strategy in the future. Okay. Now, it goes on to say that the Society 5.0 aims to a highly efficient economy model by successful embedding a number of technological innovations such as AI, Internet of Things, also to everyday creation or create cyber physical system, cyberspace, physical space, tightening the integrate. Expert claim that the Society 5.0 initiates to enable the Japanese government to take their country further into information age, family, to a better tech savvy, wealthy, and sustainable area, family. This is the government. This ain't a private entity. This not Elon Musk saying this, or one of the richest people, or Jeff Bezos saying where they want to take America. This is the Japan's government telling the world where they're gonna take the Japanese culture to a fifth industrial revolution society, aka 5.0, aka fifth industrial revolution. So let's continue the route. Society 5.0, the past and the future. Okay. Now, as part of the Japanese effort to overcome economical stagnation that results in the fall of stock market, real estate prices in 1991, the period from 1991 to 2001 considered a lost decade, okay, for the Japan economy, where the country witnessed a serious decline in GDP as real wages. Today, Economics still say the term of Japanization is to denote the long-term economical stagnation and deflation. Okay, stuff we going through, countries like that been going through. Because remember, family, they don't have no natural resources to back themselves on. Family, they don't have oil, they don't have gold, they don't have diamonds, they don't have natural minerals to be natural mineral rich country. So how can they lead the world in GDP, family? Let's get it. Now, the Ideal Society 5.0 put the first time in 2016 along with Japanese government fifth basic plan science and votation technology, STI 6 cents plan. Shout out to the Subaru STI. But in April of 2021, by government further to promote the push of the development of activities that align with the vision of Society 5.0. Okay, now here it is. It goes on to say, Japan look forward to boosting the economy by significant development in the sectors such as healthcare, financial logistics, infrastructure, but it is a aging population with 28.7% of Japanese are above the age 65. That's almost 30%. Okay, a big hurdle in achievement ambition goals. Society 5.0 hopes to address the issues in an intelligent way by proposing the integration of digital world technologies in a real world, such as the matter of Japan's economics to develop, driven by advance in cutting-edge technology rather than population growth. Family, y'all got to listen to what they're saying now. This is for them cutting their population down, family. They rather cut their population down than to have a whole bunch of poor people. You know what I'm saying? And they rather lead the world, you know what I'm saying, in votation. You got to read between the lines, family. You got to have eyes to see and ears to listen. They know they're not an oil-rich family. They know they're not an oil-rich country. They know they're not a mineral-rich country. So they know what they had to do to make their country look good, because they take everything serious, family. Okay? So let's continue to rock. Now, the government has decided heavy investors in sectors such as machine learning, Internet of Things, and robotics. Over the 5 years, Japan plans to spend $30 trillion Japanese yen, aka $25 billion USD, okay, into research programs which expectation that's industries will be able to invest 90 trillion yen. After that, another 100 trillion yens will be used to boost top performing Japanese universities and compelling global. So, family, if you got a child that's growing up, send them to Japan, family, to learn. Because if you send your child to Japan to learn, they're going to be ahead of the world. So have eyes to see and ears to listen, family. Let me keep rocking, okay? Now, the country has focused on the best use of AI, big data technology, and its futuristic society. Now, by the year 2034, which is in 11 years, it plans to invest around $4 billion into the same sector. Okay, now Japan will enter Society 5.0. It aims that the technology will transform its existing society into safer, more secure, and more resilient society through the use of Society 5.0 to achieve the six STI incorporate three main policies. So here are the three main policies. 1, to integration of cyberspace and physical space, bringing social structures. 2, increase research and creating knowledge to design the powerful of new society, family, where they're going to invest into the schools and put money out there, okay, and improve learning environment of human resources. So they're going to make sure they're doing everything to be carbon friendly in space, okay, to meet the goals. They also need to include rapid growth into the field of supercomputers, quantum mechanism, 5G, space technology, and semiconductors, family. Okay, and also they want to be in healthcare. So they want to be futuristic. This is a great video to watch, family. It got a little music in it. I don't want to play it, but you can go to this article to be in the descriptions to look at this video. So here's a biometric example of elderly people collecting on an everyday basis to propose a motto to be used to the use of the risk of developing illness, complications, and existing illness. You're going to have VR headsets, surgical stimulators that will allow doctors to provide advanced diagnosis, plus a deep learning that's used to diagnose images and also enabling earlier detections of diseases, family. So they're going to be ahead of when it comes to healthcare, transport. Okay, autonomous driving cars. Technology will lower the rates of accidents. Okay, that's what they're going to use. It's going to save time, lead to a smoother and more efficiency traffic experience in Society 5.0. Trains, buses, cars, all plan to eventually be run by smart autonomous systems, family. Japan culture is going to be ahead of the world, family. Now, with the Internet of Things, expensive in sports, entertaining and industry for data sharing, okay, describing a better version of existing technological applications. Now, they also plan to use the blockchain technology. Let me highlight it again. They plan to increase in use of blockchain technology, more widespread use of applications, okay, programming innovation in fintech. These changes would increase efficiency of banking system in Japan, family. Again, these changes will increase the efficiency of banking in Japan. What? Blockchain technology. Gotta have eyes to see and ears to listen. Okay. Using vast of knowledge of industry society 5.0, a tip to the narrow gap between the digital space and the real world. These human-centered societies mottos not only favor intelligence, use of energy, but also promote high hopes. All these ads. Let me go back. Ready to go. High hopes for the future. And that's how they end it right there on this article here, family. So there you read it. The last part of this is that they're going to use blockchain technology, okay, to increase the efficiency of their banking system in Japan, family. This is not 100 years down the road. This is now that they're implementing that, family. So you got to have eyes to see and ears to listen, family. With this technology here, investing into the culture of Japan, right? I ain't say I believe in everything that Japan people do, because they population is decreasing, family. Why? Because they have a child law. You know, you only have so many children, so that means you're gonna have a lot of youth. So what they do, it seems like to me the robots are coming in, family. They're designing robots, humanoids. Let's go back to the top of this. See, y'all got to understand this, family. Let's go back to this. Humanoid robots. Humanoid robots replaces humans. Okay? They have a system that's put in place in Japan. They're going to be a futuristic system that's in the present. This is not red dad, blue dad words. This is Japan's government. So you got to have eyes to see and ears to listen. You know? Family, you know, I just wanted to bring these articles to our attention so we understand how the fourth industrial revolution worked, how the fifth industrial revolution worked. How do this all ties into Jasmy? Jasmy is a data democracy. We're digital. When you say digital, you say data. Jasmy deal with the Mitsubishi banks. Jasmy is part of that Keiretsu system, family. Japan does not allow nothing to monopolize each other in Japan. So if they're going to say Jasmycoin, if they say Jasmycoin is data democracy, Jasmycoin is Japan's data democracy. Jasmycoin is Japan's Bitcoin, and they're not going to let nothing monopolize it. They're not going to let nothing come take over Jasmycoin, family. You better have eyes to see and ears to listen. Okay? Japan have a system, and the word Japanese means headless. Nobody's in control. We all control this thing. Okay? We all together. Separated, we fall. Together, we stand strong. And if a lot of us use those principles, it's definitely in your family. If you use those principles in your family, we'll have a lot more financial wealth. You know how many people are in a lot of our family? I have a huge family. Imagine if my family, we all stuck together. We use the Keiretsu system. We didn't let nothing outside come in. We'll be very wealthy. I'll be very wealthy. I won't even be talking on this podcast, family. So you got to have eyes to see and ears to listen. If we use the Keiretsu system when it comes to that, I don't know about the child law and all the other stuff, family. But we who are in a space that understand technology, that understand what Jasmy is. A lot of people is not going to understand the word Jasmy. A lot of people back in the days didn't understand what Sony meant. A lot of people didn't understand what Apple meant. A lot of people didn't understand what Amazon meant. A lot of people didn't understand what Bell South meant. So if you rocking with information like this, family, you studying this stuff and you invest into these things, pennies on the dollar, if you got eyes to see and ears to listen, these are the things to take you to another tax bracket. Your $100,000 a year education is only going to take you to another tax bracket to be tax to put you down in another tax bracket. Family, $100,000 a year living in South Florida ain't no money, family. It's not. You're not going to even come home with that. This system that's designed is a debt-based system, family. And if you operating in a dollar and you saving in a dollar, you got to be crazy, because it's deteriorating. If you're not putting your money into assets, family, outside of something that's dying, like real estate, now digital currency, family, then you're going to get left behind. Okay, I'm telling you. Gotta have eyes to see and ears to listen. Japan is already ahead of the world. So your boy Red Dad Blue Dad is investing into something that I see is ahead of the world. This is not my information, family. This is not Uber Houston information. This is not Jasmy underground information. We didn't make this up. This information is right into the space that you use your mind to go out and attract and get it. Keep like-minded people, like-minded individual around a like mind, and it's a likely chance you can make it, family. Divided we fall, but together we stand together. Keiretsu system, family. I had to bring that energy because I got to bring that energy. Some of these cryptos I talk about, it can make you a shero, it can make you a hero, but best believe it can make you a zero, because anytime you take money out your pocket, it's a good chance you might not get it back. And Jasmycoin is Japan's Bitcoin, and it's the face of the business of Society 5.0. Peace and love, love and peace. I want to thank everybody for smashing the like button. I want to thank everybody for sharing me out. I want to thank everybody for purchasing the merch that's in the description. I want to thank everybody for purchasing the Red Dad Blue Dad book on Amazon. Peace and love, love and peace. I'm out.